I had to reclose my door. Hi, it's Jel.
Hey, it's Ray.
Let's go cruising, okay?
We're on our way.
Okay.
Let me rhyming and shit.
Like Eminem.
No, not like Eminem. I love him. I no disrespect. I can't do what he does, so that's why I'm like, no.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah. I heard that anybody correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard he would like read the dictionary every night, and that's kind of how he figured out how to rhyme so well.
Wow. Quite punctual too.
Right? He's smart.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. If you hear heavy panting,
Heavy breathing.
don't worry, it's not a ghost.
It's not me.
It's just my hellhound. It's Lottie.
Yeah, it's really hot.
It's hot today.
My thermometer's reading at 101. Yeah.
My skin, like, bacon. But nah, it's no ghost. That's what we're talking about today, though. Ghosts.
Yes, we are.
I love this subject.
You have a dream to tell me
And
about.
you have an update, don't you?
I do.
So wait, do your update first.
Okay, so with my update, this is going back to the Roots episode that I did about Chile and like how there's the desaparecidos.
Yeah.
And remember when I told you that even then, especially with like the poor community in Chile, when women would give birth in the hospitals, some of those government workers or whatever, they would take the kids and tell them that the kid died.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
And like kind of just.
And they would sell or adopt out the kids, whatever. Like
them.
they would, yeah. Not for bad. Like they went to families, or I'm hoping they all went to families of some sort. But with this update, a guy from Virginia, 42-year-old man, finally met his mother for the first time, and he was one of those desaparecidos. He was one of the kids. And I watched like the video, and I was reading the article, and I myself got emotional. Like I teared up and everything. I was like, mostly because I couldn't imagine that, like you're meeting your mother for the first time, and just looking at his mom and the fact that it was Chile, it was familiar to me. I was like, and I don't know, I don't want to say it felt like it was my mama, because it's obviously not, but like, man, like he's
related.
Yeah, and his adopted family had no idea that's what happened. They just wanted to adopt a baby, and they got one.
The baby.
Yes. So they were very supportive of him going and looking for his biological mother. He knew he was from Chile, and when he heard about all these stories of the kids like finding their actual parents, he got inspired. And it was so special. Hold on. So this is coming from Fox 29, their website, WFIX.com. It was Maria Angelica Gonzalez. Her son, they took her from her arms right after birth, and then later told her that he died.
Oh.
And now they're meeting in Valdivia, Chile, face to face. And
so this whole time, she just thought he was dead.
Yes.
She had no idea.
Yep.
No, the poor lady.
And he knew Spanish, luckily, and he told his mom in Spanish, like, I love you very much. He even said, hi, mama, like, when he called her. Like, I couldn't even imagine that. As I'm not, like, an actual mother. I'm a fur mother. But if I put myself in my mom's position, and all of a sudden, it's like, hi, mom. Just those words, like any mother I'm sure loves hearing that. Hi, mama. And she's hearing it from a son she thought died 42 years ago.
Yeah, like, oh, wow.
Yeah. And so he even said, one of his quotes, how do you hug someone in a way that makes up for 42 years of hugs?
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, like that's sad, but you're together now. So
that's such a bittersweet, like,
yeah.
Damn, like,
very bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. I'm trying to find more, and like, here's the image of him hugging his mama.
Oh.
They look alike
they look
too.
Very alike.
They
Yeah.
have the same nose and everything. Like, let's see.
That's Like, again, bittersweet. It's like sad but happy, and I'm like, oh, that's so sad and tragic, but I'm glad you're together again.
Well, the government, I think, took advantage, not only because his mom was part of, again, the poor community, but he was born prematurely at the hospital in Santiago, which is Chile's capital, but he was placed in an incubator. And his mom was told to leave the hospital, but when she returned to come get her baby, they told her that he died and his body had been disposed.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all they told her. And again, being in that poor, like, part of Chile, what can she do to get answers? You know, like, you can't say, like, well, where's his body? Like, I'd go off.
And
I would go off.
During that time, too, like, they couldn't.
No, she probably could have been beat up just for questioning, for all we know. But the paperwork that he had from his adoption said that he has no living relatives.
Wow.
Yeah. And then...
Wow, just to keep it, like, cut and dry.
Yeah,
like,
no trail, nothing. And he ended up learning, too, that he not only has a mom, but he has 4 brothers and 1 sister. And he works, ironically, as a criminal defense attorney. And he represents people that, quote-unquote, look like me, so basically Latinos, who can't afford lawyers.
Wow.
And that get, you know, mistreated in their cases, or they get profiled differently. So that just kind of speaks words right there.
Yeah.
He became a criminal defense attorney, and this is what happened to him. Like, as a baby. Like, that's just the irony, you know? The law.
Yeah. Carva was like, you know what? This poor boy, no.
Mm-hmm. He deserves to have his mama. And there's an organization in Chile, that's what I was trying to scroll through here just now. It's called Nos Buscamos. So kind of like the opposite of desaparecidos. Los Buscamos, or I'm sorry, Nos Buscamos, like, we're gonna find you. Like, we found you. Or finding you. There's ways of defining it, obviously. So, with Nos Buscamos, tens of thousands of babies were taken from Chilean families in the 70s and 80s. Mm-hmm. And that's based on the report from the Investigations Police of Chile. Over the past 9 years, that organization, Nos Buscamos, orchestrated more than like 450 reunions.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he went ahead, made contact with them, partnered with them, and they ended up doing a DNA test and confirmed that he was 100% Chilean. And that matched him to a first cousin who also used MyHeritage platform.
Wow.
Yeah. So after he found that out, he sent the cousin his adoption papers and included an address for his birth mother. And it's a very common name in Chile, apparently. Maria Angelica Gonzalez.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's got an accent over the E and everything.
Angelica. That's what I get called when I'm in trouble by my dad.
Angelica! So the cousin, she validated, like, yeah, Maria is from my mother's side. And then she helped them make the connection. Now, at first, Maria wouldn't take his phone calls until he texted her a photo of his wife and daughters.
It probably freaked her out, man. She thought it was a scam. Baby was dead. She thought her son was dead. Yes.
Yeah. No explanation.
Like Anastasia.
Yeah.
The granddaughter. Remember, she's like going through all that. And she's like the heartache. You know, like that. Wow.
And after that, according to him, then the dam just broke. Basically, he just kept sending her photos of his American family that adopted him, his time in the U.S. Marines, his wedding, and many other memorable moments of his life. And he was just trying to kind of update her on the 42 years of a life taken from her, taken from us both, is what he said. So then he went to Chile with his wife, Joanna, and their 2 daughters, Eva Joy, who's 8, and Betty Grace, who's 5, to meet his newly discovered family. And after he stepped into his mother's home, he was greeted with 42 colorful balloons, each one signifying a year of lost time with his family in Chile.
I'm gonna cry.
I know! They even got to pop the balloons, too. Thyden recalls his birth mother's response to hearing from him. Mijo, which means son. You have no idea the oceans I've cried for you. How many nights I've laid awake praying that God let me live long enough to learn what happened to you. She didn't want to be interviewed for the story, and after that, they all basically went to the Santiago Zoo, and his American family. That's where his American family took him after the adoption. And this time, though, their tour guide was his biological sister.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
what?
Yep.
That's crazy how things work.
So he did realize that he and his mom share a huge love of cooking. So they made fried empanadas together.
Aww.
Which that part I connected with. I was like, oh, mama, empanadas.
That's so cute.
So he pledged to keep using the family recipe to stay connected with his family and his culture. Like, that's a true Chilean right there.
That's awesome.
So that's, I mean, there's a little more, you guys.
Story. See? It's like what I said the other day. Everyone has an epic movie of their life that no one's heard yet.
So,
like,
that's
story.
that's the update. Like, it was just exciting, and this literally was posted on the 28th.
That's awesome.
So just a couple days ago, dude. Like,
wow.
This is amazing. And it's still, people are still being reunited. He's 42. So there's hope, guys. There's hope for anything. But if you guys want to read more about it, again, let me see his name. Jimmy Lippert Thyden. And again, I got this more just off the website, WFLX.com, but it's Fox 29. So by all means, read that article, look it up. But I hope you guys enjoyed that.
I did. That was so
good.
Wow, what a whirlwind of a story. So now it's my turn to share. Going back on the subject of ghosts, like our topic today. I had a crazy ass dream the other night, and I've been waiting to tell you.
Yeah.
Since. It was like the other night, so just bear with me. I know, like, you guys don't know everybody, but, like, just bear with me. This is a dream, by the way. So I dreamt that, like, I was with Kyle. I remember seeing my parents there, and I think the kid, too. They weren't, like, there the whole time, but I saw them, you know? And we went on to this, like, large house, and it was like a haunted tour.
Okay.
Almost. And then several people died in the house, and that was the tour. Like, they're, like, it's haunted or whatever.
Okay.
That was the whole thing. And,
like, you didn't witness these deaths.
No. And one of the people who died was one of Kyle's friends. Nobody, like, and this person I completely made up, I guess, because it was a girl. And I don't know who, and I remember saying her name, like, he told me, like, that was her name and stuff like that. I think it was, like, something along the lines of, like, Charlotte or something. I don't know.
Ha!
It was something,
The
I don't
irony.
remember it. I don't remember it. But we walked around inside, and it was, like, 2 levels, but, like, the bottom was, like, a big old living room, and then you see all the way into the back. It was, like, along the walls were the rooms. Like, it was just one big giant room. And then there was stairs and a loft. So long story short, this house that we were in was haunted, and one of the ghosts was
Kyle's
his friend.
Yeah,
a girl.
Huh.
And we went into this room, and there was like pieces of paper everywhere, and there was like a computer screen, like, you know, like a desktop.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a piece of paper like swooped over the monitor part.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, we walked in, and it was like really creepy. And all of a sudden, like, the paper went.
Ooh.
It like blew at me, and I was like, nope. And I grabbed Kyle, and I ran out the room, and the door slammed. And we were like, oh man, is that her?
The door slammed on you guys before you could run out?
I don't remember. I just remember a door slamming. And then there was another one. Like, okay, so we went upstairs to the loft part, and it was a bedroom.
Oh.
And it was a messy bedroom. Like, the lady who was up here, she died mysteriously, and it was like an older lady. And like I said, there was clothes everywhere, the bed was all messy, and there were 3 little poodles, like, laying on her clothes in the room.
3 little poodles.
Yeah, 3 little ones. And they...
Sounds like a good book.
3 little poodles waiting for their
TM.
mama. And they... but they all looked up at me and, like, were on guard. Like, what the hell are you doing up here? You know, like how a dog, like, was like...
Yeah, alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. They didn't bark at me, but they were, like, eyeballing us. Like, why are you up here?
What you doing here? Why you eyeballing me,
Yeah.
Scat?
Yeah. And there was, like, a weird vibe up there, and, like, something spooked me up there, too. I don't really remember. And then all of a sudden, it kind of, like, jumped, and Kyle was in the garage part, of course.
Huh.
And he was helping clean a big old truck. Like, a big, like, Cummins or something. You know, like a big, with birthing hips.
Ah! Yes!
It was a big old truck, and it was covered in mud, and he was just out there with a couple other guys. I don't know who they were, and they were just cleaning it. They were cleaning the mud from the inside.
Okay.
And he was like, I had the driver door open, and he was like cleaning the door. And so I was like, okay, fine, I'll just wait till he's done. So I went back inside, and I like laid on the couch in front of the TV, still on the bottom level, and from where I was sitting, I could see where the loft is. And then you showed up all of a sudden, and you were on the couch with me, and we were watching Disney Channel, waiting for Kyle, like, to finish.
I just showed up, like I just popped up.
Yeah, and you were just sitting on the couch with me.
How creepy.
And then I said, I remember at one point I needed to go to the bathroom, and I got up, and I saw my mom was still, like, wandering around. Again, this was supposed to be, like, a tour thing.
Wow.
I don't know why. And so I saw my mom, and I told her, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. Where is it? And she's like, I think it's that one. And once I went in the bathroom, I got spooked for some reason again, and I ran out. And that was it. I woke up not too long after that. So that was my dream.
I'm gonna really have to sit and interpret this one.
But I thought it was ironic that it was like ghosts and like hauntings, because this is what this was the subject that was coming up anyway, and I was like, I have to save it.
Wow.
I don't know what any of that means.
Oh, I'll find out.
I don't know why I have crazy dreams like that.
And by no means, I'm no professional when it comes to interpreting dreams.
We just think it's interesting.
It's fun. It's interesting. It's fascinating.
But
and
it's like the subconscious talking.
Exactly. And I know this bitch, so I know what to look up and what stands out. Whereas, like, same thing when I tell her one of my dreams, like, she knows me, so what stands out to me is probably not as significant as what stands out to her. And that's where I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's trippy when we like look up stuff too. Like, we'll probably get more into this later, because we like dreams and we like talking about our dreams, and we like kind of going into it. So maybe it'll be a future thing. I don't know.
And if you guys heard the Whaley House episode, you've heard all of her ghostly dreams. She has many more.
This was just the latest one.
Yeah, this was an update.
Yeah. The subject of this culture has been on my mind.
Oh.
I chose the Forbidden City.
I knew it.
In China.
Well, I knew of where, I didn't know what.
And I guess the Forbidden City is a very haunted place.
It's forbidden.
And
sorry, I'm a shed.
I just pictured Owen Wilson in my head. Freaking But ironically, I couldn't find very many ghost stories about it.
Really?
I don't know, maybe if like this was just like browsing on the internet of research that I was looking up. I didn't like try too hard to dig too deep, but there wasn't very many stories.
Well, do tell.
Well, so I'm just gonna go into it a little, like about the history a little bit. So the Forbidden City is located in Beijing, China, and it was constructed from around 1406 to about 1420.
Oh, wow.
So that's
how long it took to construct?
Yeah, the whole city.
Wow.
Big ass. It's huge.
I know, yeah. But
huge.
I guess in that time it would take long.
And, I mean, what else is there to do? And it was the former Chinese imperial palace and winter residence for the emperors of China. And this was during like the Ming Dynasty, so this would be about 1368 to 1644, and then to the end of the like I think it's Qing Dynasty. Qin. Is it Qin?
I think it's Qin.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Pretty sure it's Qin.
Yeah, that one was between 1644-ish to like 1912.
I'm still hearing Chris Tucker in my head. I'll slap you back to the Ming Dynasty. I'm gonna start saying that to you now since you're researching
I
it.
mean, we've been talking about it and Jackie Chan and everything. Man, I've been on like a kick with like
Jackie, we would
Shanghai
love
Nights and stuff.
Yeah, we would love to interview you, Jackie. If you are hearing us, we would love to talk to
Oh
you.
goodness, you don't have time for us.
Collab.
Bitch, he don't have time for babbling bunches right now.
I'm sorry, he might. You don't know.
That would be amazing. You do Chris Tucker so well. But anyway, the Forbidden City was a home for the Chinese emperors for a really long time. So about between 1420 to 1924.
Oh,
The
wow.
the city, the palace, I guess, like fell in 1912.
Okay.
So, and a common myth about this city that it's because it's so huge. So the myth is there's 9,999 rooms.
In the entire city?
I guess
Okay.
that's the myth.
And the city, is this the city a palace or is it like legit city?
It's a palace and
like a spread out
city,
palace.
yeah.
Oh wow. I'm just trying to get more of a picture in my head.
it's like
'Cause we've studied this in school, but at the same time, that was years ago.
so it's I didn't write down the dimensions of it, but it's like it's massive. It was like 3,000.
It's gargantuan.
feet to like 2,000 feet, and like in a rectangular like court almost, but massive. And like one of the fun facts that I looked up because I jotted down a couple because I just thought they were interesting, but it's the world's largest imperial palace in perspective. It's 3 times larger than the the Louvre Palace in France, and it has like 90 palace quarters and courtyards, 980 buildings, and over 8,728 rooms. So about the 9,999 rooms.
Now, how much is the mortgage?
And it has European and Arabic styles in the building, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, because of the time.
Fair.
And stuff like, yeah.
But you'd think
wouldn't
with the culture,
you
yeah.
think, right?
That's
I
awesome.
thought that was really cool.
Well, it's like I know I go back to Cheetah again, but they have a lot of German, like, culture and stuff.
Yeah,
I've heard, like, in Japan, there's, like, this random Swedish little town.
Well, you got Chinatowns.
That's different.
It's considered, okay, so the architecture, like we were just saying, it's considered one of, like, China's, like, masterpieces. With it's rich in culture, it has complex detail in all the walls, and, like, it just reflects tradition. It's just really cool. It's very touristy hotspot nowadays.
Yeah.
I would love to go.
I've seen photos.
It looks so cool.
Shoot, I'd love to go, my God.
And I thought this was interesting. The roofs of some of the houses in the city, they purposely made it smooth so birds can't land on it. So that's why their roofs look so clean, because birds can't sit on it and shit, you know?
Out of spite, I would just fly by and splat, you know?
But
Sign of luck.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is
And the floor tiles are gold bricks in the palace.
Okay, if we go, we're bringing a chisel and a little mini hammer. Girl, I will get us some carrot gold. They can tackle me all they want.
I don't think the ghost would like that.
That's true.
So going into the ghost, actually, yeah, because bring back a curse or something.
No.
Don't
I'm
do
cool.
that.
I'll take it back. I take it back.
You know, there's lots of stories that people will take things from, like, sacred places and they get cursed or something, or they get haunted until they put it back. Like, you shouldn't have taken it in the first place.
I think Zach from Ghost Adventures has that happen a lot to him.
Yeah.
Woof.
There's like Yeah, don't do that.
Only
Just,
leave footprints and only take pictures.
like, you can't even take, like, rocks or anything. Like, sometimes, like...
Even, like, in Hawaii, I've heard if you take or move a lava rock, like, it can cause damage.
That is one of the... Yeah, just crazy. Just don't take anything.
Hands to yourself.
Can't take the gold. Sorry. But the legend tells of a curse of the Forbidden City, and this curse has been since the day it was officially opened by its builder. So this was during the Ming Dynasty. So the Ming Emperor Yongle, I think, in 1421, he was known as the evil emperor, quote unquote. And so supposedly the legend goes that he slaughtered over 2,800 people in his harem when he was trying to suppress an alleged sex scandal during a New Year's Eve like celebration.
What?
And it was supposedly because one of like so the alleged act that the scandal or whatever that he was like named shit for. One of his favorite concubines was sleeping with somebody else, and he caught them or something like that.
Was it you?
So he so he killed, and who he killed was mostly his concubines. Like he went on a rampage.
Oh my god, those poor women!
A few years later,
they're just concubines.
After that incident, a fire has ravaged the Forbidden City, and it burned over 250 buildings to the ground, killing numerous people. And Emperor Yongle, like he thought this was his punishment for the act that he did. So he thought he was getting punished, and this was his, like,
I guess
his
that's
karma.
one way to think of it, but it went to the expense of so many people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So he ended up dying, like, not too long after I don't know if it's, like, he killed himself or, like,
something happened.
Causes.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he died in 1424. And so, like, since then, people see orbs and mists, you know, in the hallways and stuff, and a lot of them think it was the concubines. And you always have this feeling of being watched or followed.
I felt in
ghostly
Alcatraz.
touches, you know, visitors will feel ghosts touching you. And, like, a lot of, like, alleged ghost dogs run the halls of the palace.
Oh, God.
And they charge at people and then disappear.
Are they shapeshifters?
I don't know, but they call them ghost dogs. They bark and they like they're going to come attack you.
I wonder if they're like shapeshifters, like protecting the palace.
Who knows, man? And then they'll hear hushed voices from the concubine quarters. So that's a
oh my
hint,
god!
Hint. And sometimes people have seen apparitions, and there's supposed flute music that play in the palace walls. You'll hear like faint flutes in the walls.
God.
Footsteps in empty hallways, and of course the classic opening and closing of doors on their own.
That makes me want to go.
Right?
I know most people are like, nope. I'm like, I want to see that, but I would be scared.
So of course, like throughout, and it has such a long history, like old history too.
No shit.
So the palace has seen its fair share of like betrayal, jealous concubines, like spiteful servants, you know, who murdered people, or envious guards and shit. Like a lot of devious acts probably have taken place. Lots. So I can see why it's so haunted.
Oh my god.
One of the stories, or not stories, I guess, like one of the most famous ghosts is the woman in white, and this was around the 1940s. People started seeing a woman dressed in white, and she sobs wandering the halls and like the grounds of the palace. And visitors have reported seeing her with long black hair, just kind of hangs in her face, and she's trying to outrun a soldier who's chasing her. So she's screaming and crying while, like, that's what you hear, like a woman yell, like, ah, ah,
oh
like
my
trying to get away from something.
That'd be terrifying.
That's the screaming and sobbing that they hear. Creepy, right? And
Beyond.
And then they hear the sound of, like, swords clashing sometimes. There's other, like, stories saying that there's been claims that through the polished floors they see phantom bodies, like, like if you're looking at the floor, you know, if you see something like
What?
reflection, but no one's there, they'll see a reflection
Oh my
in
god!
the polished floor. And I was like, oh. And people have also seen.
It's like grudge shit.
People have also seen. I hate that movie. Pools of blood and pieces of white silk have been floating through the air. Probably the lady in white.
No, that I don't want to see. Shutting doors, I can handle that.
Right?
Mist, just blow it away. But a white silk blood-stained cloth, like no.
Yeah, seeing a phantom body in the floor.
It's like it'd be like Lord of the Rings, like you're looking in the bogs. Oh no, no, I'm okay.
Yeah. So I wish there was more. I couldn't find any more like ghost stuff. It kind of just kept repeating those same things that I just mentioned to you. But yeah, that's the Forbidden City.
I knew the Forbidden City was crazy. I didn't know about that. In history, we were never taught about that. We were taught about like what happened there, you know, what it looks like now.
The pinpoints of
exactly, like the
timeline.
the basic necessities that clearly didn't stick with me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know I'm aware of it. I was not aware of that, and that is awesome.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting. I've been like really hooked on like Asian culture right now and everything. That's why I chose the Forbidden City, because I was like, you know, this is still hot in my mind. Maybe I'll go there.
I'm glad you did.
I couldn't think of anything to
I'm
like,
glad
talk
you
about.
did. You took us on a trip to China.
I did. Whew, that was fun. I would like to go Japan. I want to go to Japan.
I want to go to all of it.
All of it. I want to go everywhere.
Me too.
But you know, for now, you can find us on YouTube. And Let's Go Cruising with Jel and Ray, JELRAE.
Let's Go Cruising podcast.
And you can also follow us. So like and subscribe to us there first, and then you can follow us on Instagram at Let's Go Cruising Podcast. I share links to all that too. You can see all the pictures that we post and you can see all the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
And you can join in the conversation if you like. So like.
And if you've been to the Forbidden City, please let us know.
Yeah. Have you heard anything or like felt anything creeps?
Anything, or just tell us about it, because I love
Dude, we just
mentally
love history
traveling.
anyway. Like,
I love traveling in general, but if I can't afford it, I will go mentally.
we like to geek out. So geek out with us, and you can email us at letsgocruisingpodcast@gmail.com. So thanks for cruising with us. I guess we'll just go cruise on home. We gotta clean our cars.
Yep, let's do that.
We got
I gotta
chores.
get gas first.
We gotta go do chores.
Some chores.
So we're gonna cruise back home.
Too bad I don't have a ghost I can just clean the car for us.
Fold our laundry and make our bed.
Yeah!
Mom.
You know how convenient that would be?
Oh man, what do you think? What do you guys think? Was it ghost or was it grandma?
Right? I don't know.
Again, email us. But yeah, alright. Deuces, yo.
Peace out.
Peace, yo.